on the religion and caste and gender. The girls were not allowed to go to school and complete their education. But now in modern education system, we see that girls and boys both are allowed to go to school and complete their education. There was no issue. Because in the ancient education system, we see the ladies like Nikarke and Apana who are allowed to go to the school and they were learned and they were well developed skilled and they were able to do the Sanskrit with the intelligent persons like the Yajnavalkya. So you are wrong that saying that they were the discrimination based on the male and female in the ancient period.
What about the caste-based education system? Our ancient education system only the upper caste Hindus are able to study in schools.
But sister, you are forgetting that there was no caste system in ancient period. People were divided into varnas. They were divided on the basis of birth that they do.
Ancient is far from your word, my dear sister. But you know, ancient education was focused on manuscript, Vedas, and philosophers. While modern education covers a wide range of subjects, including science, technology, humanities, and the medical studies.
But versus sister, you You are wrong. You are totally wrong. Because students learn various things as philosophy, mathematics, science, Sanskrit, etc. Students learn a lot of things as that philosophy, mathematics, etc. There was no formal exams of students were assessed observation and practical demonstration.
No, Shrimati, you are wrong. Modern education is a teach about skills and required today about this skills of science and technology.
No, sister, you are wrong, but totally wrong, because how can you say that in the modern education traditional we are very poor, because in the ancient education no one knows about system in ancient education. How can you say that in the modern education better than the ancient education? You are satisfied my answer?
Yes, I accept your words, but in the purpose of the education, now education system is to try to involve the students to participate in discussion, not only in the class, but in the other participation like discussion.
How can you say that the main purpose of Gurukul system is to create the physically, mind, intellectually and mentally? They were allowed to go to school and perform other activities.
Okay. In ancient education system, the students were used to go to Gurukuls and Gurus ashram to complete their education. So the bond of teacher and the student was fully developed. But what about the parents and their child? The parents could not see their developing child. But in the modern education, also the students go to the boarding school like hostel to complete their education. But in the ancient education, also this happens. So we cannot say that this is the wrong.
But the ancient education system on the present modern education system, the students follow the brain drain system. What about this?
But are you forgetting that this system was introduced by British, and you also know that they never wanted us. Even the British Lord Ackley who introduced this, he said to his father that we want to make such a class of Indians which are blood in Indian but taste in English.
But you are totally wrong, sister. Ancient education was often limited to a privileged few, while modern education accessibility and inclusivity for all.
But you are totally wrong, Varsha. How can you say that? It is totally education. It is totally education depend upon not only ancient education. It is free of cost, and as example of Sri Shankaracharya, who is Sanskrit philosopher, etc.
You are right, Mansi, but modern education is the best because this type of education include test and examination for prepared learning.
No, sister, you are wrong, because in the modern education, the students are ate many street and junk foods. They were died in very young age. So in his family are very pressure on the side of his students. So you can satisfy my answer. I am right.
Listener, don't forget it. In the ancient education system, the students led a hard life without any their personal choice and liking, and they leave their houses and parents for many years. The bond between the parents and their child is disconnected.
How can you forget like sister like Gargi and Apara? Do they not study? And there is no formal exam in ancient education. Their education is based on practical observation and critical thinking.
Modern education is also referred as some advanced technologies like mobile application and video platform, which make students their ability and learning skills. And there is a number of benefits of modern education, like research and practical. And modern education makes students able to face challenges in their practical life, and more efficiently, it also makes students positive towards the better.
No, you are wrong. Because the mobile distraction, you don't know. In the mobile distraction, the students spoil their head and their career, and you forget about modern education technologies. But in the ancient education, the Maharishi Kadar, who developed the atomic theory and the atoms and molecules discovered by the Maharishi Kadar, and the plastic surgery that discovered by the modern education and technology last 12 or 20 years were discovered very ancient time by the Maharishi Charak. So, what can you say about this?
But the ancient education system, no one is know about the India, but the modern education system, all the whole world know the Indians, and the super companies which are able to work are also the CEO are Indian.
How can you say that no one knows about India in ancient time? In ancient time, everyone knows India. Even at ancient time, India was a supreme power, and it was called Vishnu Guru at that time.
Okay, but ancient education had limited source of